If your current brake pads have taken a beating and you're looking for a more durable replacement, these front PowerStop Z36 Extreme Truck and Tow carbon fiber ceramic brake pads are a great solution for your 2005 through 2023 6-lug Toyota Tacoma. Now, if you have added bigger tires, have a more abusive driving style, or you just have a heavier Tacoma that's loaded with gear and armor, you're probably noticing a decrease in stopping power with your factory brakes. Now, this kit, however, is a high-performance upgrade for the Tacoma owner who's looking for an increase in stopping performance for more heavy-duty scenarios, and one that will hold up over time thanks to the construction. Now, this is also going to just include the pads, whether you want to customize your braking system and pair these with a rotor of your choice, or your current rotors are in good shape and you just need some additional bite. Tougher driving scenarios where you are towing, hauling, off-roading, or just have a bunch of additional weight on your truck make it much harder for your truck to stop, and a lot of that stopping performance comes down to the pad itself. Now, these are specifically designed for those tougher scenarios with a carbon fiber infused ceramic compound that reduces fade and increases the strength of the brakes for quicker and more efficient braking. Now, with the compound, this also produces less brake dust and offers little to no noise out of the pads, which keeps you comfortable in the driver's seat and keeps you from having to clean your wheels all the time. Now, while these have the shape of the factory pad, the compound is what offers the increase in performance, and made from the carbon fiber ceramic formula that I mentioned before, that reduces the brake fade with the high heat resistance and offers that additional bite or additional stopping power that you may need. These are also slotted and chamfered to help reduce noise while braking, and include stainless steel shims on the back that help with noise and heat dissipation, keeping the pad cooler for an increase in efficiency. These also have a direct replacement style construction and come with all of the hardware necessary for a hassle-free swap. Now, this set here for just the front is about $100, putting this right in the middle of the price spectrum on the page. Now, with that being said, these have the construction to back the price point with the carbon fiber infused build compared to other entry-level brake pad formulas, and the inclusion of stainless shims on the back to boost the efficiency, as well as the no questions asked direct swap install. Now, while comparing this set to other choices in the category, this is one of the higher performing options and comes with everything that you need for that direct swap. So if you want an easy solution that has that middle of the road price point that you can rely on, this is a great choice to consider. Now, install here is a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. While it is straightforward, I do recommend a little bit of mechanical know-how in order to do a brake job. So with that and the right tools and setup, it should take about 2 hours or so to get these installed. Now, at this point, I'm gonna hand it over to one of our installers. They're gonna show you a detailed breakdown on how you can bolt these up to your Tacoma at home. So that wraps it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
For this install, you will need an impact, 12mm socket, 17mm swivel socket, a small pry tool, a caliper compressor tool, and also not shown here is the jack and jack stands. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing some brake pads on our Tacoma, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do, we've got the truck in the air, we've got the wheels off, and we're going to need to remove the factory pads out of the caliper first. So in order to do that, we're going to need to remove these little pin style clips. One goes through our pins. We'll just pop that off like so. Set that aside. Now, you should also have one of these up top. Ours currently does not have one, but what's holding these pads in place are these long pins up top. So they should just push right out. Now, if they are being a little stubborn, if they've been on a little while and want to be a little seized up, you can kind of just give them a soft tap on the back side and pull those out. Do the same thing for our bottom one. It's a lot easier to get the clips out once you pull this pin. And they should come right out like so. And we can set our pins aside. Next, we're going to remove our pads from our caliper. Now, these do pull up and out. However, a lot of the time they will get a little bit stuck or jammed up. So you can take a small pry tool or a small flathead screwdriver, and where the pins mount, you can kind of just pry them up and out like so. You want to keep it as even as possible coming out. That's going to give you the best shot. Work that out. Then we'll do the same thing for our inner pad. Now once that first pad's out, that's going to free up that rotor to move and give your pad a lot more room. Come out like so. So now that we have our pads out, we need to compress our caliper pistons in to make room for our new pads. Now if you're not doing rotors, as we aren't, we're going to unbolt one bolt on our caliper and swing it up and be able to get our compressor tool on the pistons themselves. The first thing we need to do for that is remove this 12mm bolt for our brake line. So we've got our 12mm socket and we'll pop that off. That's going to free up that line to move for us. So now what we're going to do is loosen up our top mounting bolt for our caliper and remove the lower mounting bolt with our 17mm swivel socket on our impact. Just want that one loose, and we'll remove this bottom one. Take that out. Now our caliper is giving us a little problem swinging up or down because of the dust shield. So what we're going to do is fully remove it. Bolt out. Pull the caliper back. Now that we have this off, we're going to grab our caliper compressor tool. Get that lined up with our pistons. Crank this. And once we have these fully compressed, we go right back on with our caliper. Get that bolt back in. And we'll get our bottom one on. And we'll come back in and tighten these back down again with our 17mm swivel socket. Next, we can reinstall that 12mm bolt for our brake line bracket. Get that on. Tighten that back down with our 12mm socket. Next, we can install our new pads. Now you want to make sure your little wear bar is at the bottom of your inner pad. We'll install this one first. Now you may have to move your rotor around a little bit to get this first one in. Slide that in and get that lined up. And we'll slide our outside pad in. Line that up with our pin holes. Next, we can install our new provided pins. Now doing this at home, you definitely want to apply some grease or brake parts lubricant to your pins for added longevity. So we'll stick our first pin in. Get that lined up. You want to make sure that seat's flush. Now we're going to install our bottom retainer clip and pin. So what we're going to do is get this lined up with our holes for our pin. Slide our pin through. Make sure your clips go into the holes. Now in place of that long locator retainer pin on the back side, we've got two cotter pins that are going to go through our slide pins, just like so. And once you've got this side on, you want to do the same thing on the other side, and definitely remember to pump up your brakes before you move your vehicle once you're done with your install. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our PowerStop Z36 Extreme Truck and Tow carbon fiber ceramic brake pads for the front of your 05 to 23 6-lug Tacoma. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Tacoma, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.